Some of the best Pokemon promo cards in the hobby are cheaper than they've been in months. And I think a few of these are getting dangerously close to being too cheap to ignore. So today we are going to take a look at some of these promo cards that could be worth scooping up right now while prices are down. Just to remind you guys, before we kick things off today, we are doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. I will be releasing that video when the channel reaches 1,000 subs. So to enter, so far, all you need to do is be subscribed. Keep your eyes peeled because I will be dropping that video very soon as we are at 885 subscribers. Not long to go at all. But starting things off, we will be looking at the Mewtwo 151 UPC exclusive promo. This card is absolutely beautiful, and we are down quite a fair bit from the all-time high. It looks like we made 2 attempts here at making a significant high. One back in April, I think, which was the all-time high of around $54, $55. We did try and make another run quite recently in June, but couldn't quite smash a new all-time high there, and we saw a rejection back down to $43. Now, the interesting thing with this card is we did see quite a strong bounce from the area of around $43, but it looks like we've been rejected again back to the downside. So we could start to see lower prices on this card now, guys. Currently sitting at around $44. It's very possible that we could come back down to this level and bounce again as a level of support, but don't be surprised if we see this card head down as low as $40, and who knows, it could go even less than that. I think this card is a great buy at any price under $50. It's going to age incredibly well. It's a Mewtwo exclusive promo from one of the most hyped up sets of all time. And we all know a lot of Mewtwo cards are extremely expensive, you know, in the hundreds or thousands. And I think this exclusive 151 promo, while we are sitting at under $50 levels, which isn't going to last, guys, great time to be looking at this card and potentially pulling the trigger on this one. Next up, we've got the Galarian Moltres. An absolute banger Shinji Kanda artwork, and I believe this is from a tin back in Sword and Shield, and super undervalued in my opinion. Again, we are yet to surpass the previous all-time high of around $20, which I think for a card like this is actually pretty good value anyway. And we did see prices come as low as under $10, which is an absolute steal for this card, and I did actually pick one of these up around $12 quite a few months back now. But we have seen a healthy price run over the past 6 months. All the way up again near to that $20 mark, but we've been rejected again. And I think while we are heading back down in price, guys, this is a really, really good time to be picking up some Shinji Kanda artwork. If you guys don't know, Shinji Kanda is one of the most nostalgic and most talented artists, illustrators in the Pokemon hobby. He has some of the best cards that I've ever seen, and I think a lot of collectors love the artwork. And for just under $15, I think this is a great pickup right now while prices are down. Next, we've got the Eevee Prismatic Evolutions ETB promo, I believe. And we have been seeing quite a lot of sideways choppy price action since kind of March time. And again, we're not seeing a massive disruption in price right now. Obviously, Prismatic has taken a little bit of a hit, especially the sealed product, while we've been getting a lot of reprints. And the overall Pokemon market is down. But this card's been holding fairly strong. I mean, we've seen a high of around $16. And we've only dropped really as low as $13, $14, so not huge at all. And you guys know, if you watch my channel a lot, I talk quite highly about the cards that hold very strong in bad times in the market in Pokemon. And I think this card is just proving to us that even though we are in dark times right now in the hobby for, you know, some cards, mostly hyper modern, this card's holding really, really strong. And that only tells us that there is a definite future for cards like this. You know, the market isn't letting these prices drop too low. And I still think for an Eevee promo from Prismatic at around $15 or just under is a super, super great price for a card like this. You know, don't be surprised if we see this kind of card head to $50. You know, I'm really shocked that we never really made it, but super cool card. We've got Pikachu plushie, some other stuff going on in the background. Really nice piece. And yeah, definitely could be worth pulling the trigger sometime soon. Another Shinji Kanda artwork, guys. And I want to touch on this card, you know, specifically more than probably the rest that I'm going to talk about today. And the fact of the matter is this is basically an SIR. It's got that special illustration rare feel. It comes from the Mega Charizard UPC. And you can pick up this insanely, insanely talented Shinji Kanda artwork for almost $10. And I think that this is an extreme sleeper in the hobby right now. I think this is one of those cards that we could see an absolute explosion in price. And that's only mainly down to the artist and the artwork. I know Oricorio is, you know, not the most popular Pokemon in the world, but we see Shinji Kanda artwork absolutely go parabolic in price. And this is just $10. I think that's an absolute steal. It's daylight robbery. And this is an SIR, guys. Of course, if you've seen this card in person, you'll know it's got the silver borders, it's got the texture. Where can you get an SIR Shinji Kanda artwork from a Charizard UPC for around $10? I think, guys, this is one to be stacking up as many as you can find. If you can find it at a decent price around $10, buy as many as you can. I'm trying to do that. I've picked up one recently. And I will be doing the same much more if I can keep getting them at decent prices. But I think this is definitely one to buy and hold as we head into the future of Pokemon. Next up, the Charizard VSTAR from the Charizard UPC again. I think it is a box collection. It comes with 3 Charizard cards. This one is absolutely awesome. We've got Charizard in mid-battle with Mewtwo. I think we have got some other Pokemon in the background here, but can't really make it out. Anyway, the most important thing on this card is we made it to around $100 high. Currently sitting at around $76, $75, I think is as low as we went. So 25%-ish off on this Charizard promo. I think it's a really, really healthy retracement and a super, super, inviting price, I think, to pick up this card. I mean, look, it's still $75. I get it's a lot of money for some people, but for a Charizard exclusive promo with Mewtwo in it, we know what we see with some of these cards, guys, with cameos in, but for 2 of the most popular Pokemon in the hobby from a really, really exclusive box, I mean, this card's going to become super hard to find soon. Obviously, you can't pull it. You can only get it in the box, which is also going up in a lot of price and percentage right now. I think while prices are down 25%, not a bad time to pull the trigger. But of course, again, we could see prices head lower. And if we do, keep your eyes peeled because we could get a really good entry price on this Charizard VSTAR. Next up, the Ends Reshiram Journey Together stamp promo. Now, we are massively down from the all-time high here on this card. And, I'm still not sure to this day whether this is just kind of manipulated price. A little bit of an anomaly in price. But we did reach $45-ish on this card, which actually I think for an Ends Reshiram kind of illustration rare style card, not too bad. I mean, if we look at the other Reshiram cards or Ends Reshiram cards that we see, sitting in the multiple hundreds of dollars, even at $45, it's expensive, but it's not crazy or ridiculous. And while we're sitting at sub $20, guys, for a illustration rare card like this of Ends Reshiram, I mean, guys, this is just bonkers to me. We aren't going to get opportunities like this in the market very long. I mean, we have been kind of chopping around sideways for the best part of this year. But I don't think it's going to be very long until we see these cards explode in price. This card is a beautiful promo. Being from the Journey Together with the stamp exclusivity as well. Again, guys, these cards are just going to become more nostalgic, harder to find as we progress through the Mega Evolution era, get on to the next one, surpass the 30th anniversary. People are going to start focusing back on these promos and these cards, and we're going to start to see higher prices. And that brings me to the next card, which is the Ends Zekrom. This is basically a sequential kind of artwork, I think is what they've done here. Obviously, this one being from the Mega Evolution era. But something really interesting on this card is that this card's only worth $8, guys. Yet, it's a sequential artwork from the Ends Reshiram, which is currently sitting at 17. And if you don't think that this Ends Zekrom card is going to catch up with the price of this Ends Reshiram, then I'm sorry, my friend, but you are in the wrong hobby. We are absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, going to see this card catch up with the Ends Reshiram. Just like we see with the other Reshiram and Zekrom cards, they usually are around the same price. They kind of change position from time to time. And I think that's down to the popularity of the Pokemon itself. But we're seeing a massive diversion in price at the moment between these 2 cards. Just $8, guys, for this card. It's absolutely mind-blowing. We are not going to see this card under $10 for very long in the future, okay? And again, while we are seeing a pullback in the Pokemon market, and this is from Ascended Heroes, which is getting its well-needed retracement right now, obviously causing the price to trend lower, as soon as we get out of this period in time with the set and the Pokemon hobby, this card is just going to explode, and it's definitely going to catch up this one as well. And it's also going to make this card go up in value, guys. So I think these 2 are great choices to be picking up right now. Now, next up, the Stevens Beldum. I actually don't see many people talk about this one, and I actually haven't seen this card around a hell of a lot. I believe it's from a build and battle promo, and we have seen a huge price pump since the start of the year, basically doubling in price. And again, guys, cards that hold strong through pullbacks in the Pokemon market show strength for the future. Now, this card, even though we saw this huge price pump, is holding really, really strong. We're just seeing it chop around by a few dollars here and there. And I think this card's really, really cool. And at a value of around $30, I think that's a fair price for a Stevens Beldum, especially being a promo from Scarlet and Violet. Again, guys, these cards are just going to become more nostalgic, harder to find. They're not going to be printed anymore, and the price is just going to go up. Now, if you've got some patience, I think it could be worth holding fire on the Stevens Beldum because, after a move like this, such a strong pump in a short amount of time, we usually do see a bit of a call off, but sometimes we do just see this sideways price action, which is just consolidating how strong this card can be in the market. So if this is one you've been thinking about picking up, guys, I don't see there being an issue right now grabbing this one at $30. That's not a bad price, but we could see the price head lower after seeing such a strong price pump such a short time period of around just a couple of months. Then the Mega Lucario Mega Attack Rare promo, guys. You cannot pull this in a pack. You cannot get this from any set. And this is one of those promos that in 5 years' time, maybe even less, you're going to kick yourself if you did not buy it. Now, these kind of promos, guys, for Pokemon like Lucario, super, super popular Pokemon, if you just go back and, check out the other eras of promos we've got, they're, double, triple, sometimes even quadruple in price now. And with this card being at just $12, and we are massively down from the high of $25, guys, that is a huge discount. I think this card's worth $25 all day long. Definitely one to be keeping an eye on right now. While we are trending lower, if we get anywhere near $10, guys, fire sale territory. Definitely a buy. Then we're going to check out the Bulbasaur Mega Evolution Stamp promo. And I think the most important thing about this card is it is from the first set in the Mega Evolution era. Having that stamp, I absolutely love this card. Kanto starter Pokemon. Some of the coolest artwork in the Mega Evolution era. And we are, of course, massively down from that release price of around $50, which one day I'm sure we're going to get back there. This is a super popular card and Pokemon. And again, as soon as we, ditch the Mega Evolution era and it becomes nostalgic, it's no longer printed, we will see cards like this with Kanto starters like Bulbasaur just climb in price, guys. History repeats, and it is a no-brainer. And we are down quite a fair bit from the local high of $30, heading towards 17, possibly even $15. I think that could be a great time to start thinking about scooping up the Bulbasaur. So, guys, these are the promo cards in the hobby right now that I think are worth keeping an eye on. Some of the most popular cards in the hobby, of course, as well, and definitely have a place in the future of the Pokemon hobby. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Let me know if you already have some of these or if you are going to be scooping up some of these as well. And of course, leave a like if you enjoyed the content. And as always, I will leave a link above of the last video that I did. Go and binge watch the content, guys. I am posting every single day. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.